Kai stood at the edge of his small spaceship, staring out at the strange planet below. Zithra was not like any other world he had ever seen. Its surface was covered with glowing trees, sparkling rivers and mountains that seemed to touch the stars. The colors were bright, almost like a dream. Kai had come here looking for answers. Answers about the ancient Zithran civilization, a race said to be both wise and mysterious. The planet's air smelled fresh and alive. Kai took a deep breath and stepped down from his ship. His boots touched the soft glowing grass. It felt like walking on a cloud. He felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. What if the stories were true? What if Zithra was more than just a beautiful place? Kai started walking through the forest. The trees whispered with a gentle wind, their leaves shining with soft blue light. Strange flowers opened and closed as if they were watching him. Every step was a new discovery. Strange creatures, neither large nor small, moved quickly and disappeared before he could see them well. Then, out of the light and shadows, she appeared. Leora. She looked like no one Kai had ever met. Her skin shone like silver under the moonlight, and her eyes were the color of deep space, dark and filled with stars. Her hair floated around her head like liquid light. She moved gracefully as if she was part of the wind itself. Kai froze for a moment. He wanted to say something, but found his voice stuck. Leora smiled, but it was not a happy smile. It was full of warning. "You should not be here," she said softly. Her voice was like music, but carried a strange sadness. "You don't know what you are choosing." Kai looked into her eyes. "I know, but I don't care. I want to learn. I want to understand." Leora shook her head slowly. "You will regret choosing me. Zithra is not a place for those who do not understand its heart." Kai smiled, reckless and brave. "Maybe, but I'm willing to take the risk." Leora studied him for a long moment. Then she nodded. "Come, I will show you something." She led Kai deeper into the forest. The glowing trees grew taller and the air felt warmer. Strange symbols appeared on the bark of the trees, symbols that pulsed with light when Leora touched them. "This place," she said, "is alive in ways you cannot imagine. Our ancestors made Zithra a home, not just for their bodies, but for their spirits. The land remembers. It feels." Kai listened carefully, trying to understand the weight of her words. He had heard legends of planets that could think or feel, but this was different. This was real. Suddenly, the ground beneath them shimmered and a soft light rose up from the earth. Shapes formed in the air, images of stars, planets, and ancient Zithran faces. Kai watched in awe as the past came alive around him. "This is the memory of Zithra," Leora explained. "It shows what we have been through, the joys and the pains. Our history is written here in the light." Kai reached out to touch one of the glowing images. It felt warm and full of energy. He felt connected to something bigger than himself, a story that was still alive. But then Leora's face changed. Her eyes grew sad again. "There is danger coming," she said quietly. "The cosmic winds bring change, and not all who come mean well. I warned you because I fear for you, and for what you might awaken." Kai looked at her and felt a sudden rush of determination. "Then I will face it. I chose to be here, and I choose to stand with you." Leora smiled. A real smile this time, soft and hopeful. For a moment, they stood together in the glowing forest. Two beings from different worlds joined by fate. The stars above blinked in silent witness. Kai knew that his journey was only beginning. After that night in the glowing forest, Kai woke to the soft light of Zithra's twin suns. The sky above was painted in shades of pink and orange. He found himself lying on a bed made of soft, silvery moss inside a small home, hidden in the heart of the forest. The walls were alive, covered in plants that gently moved, breathing with the rhythm of the planet itself. Leora sat nearby, watching him with calm eyes. "You slept well," she said softly. Kai stretched and smiled. "I have never slept in a place like this." "It feels alive," Leora nodded. "Zithra is alive. Our homes, our forests, even the rivers. They all share a connection. We Zithrans have learned to listen to the planet. We live in harmony with it." Kai looked around, noticing small creatures that glided silently through the air, and plants that glowed with soft light. "You said the planet remembers, right? That the land feels?" "Yes," Leora replied. "We call it the heart of Zithra. It is like a great memory bank. Every living thing adds to it, and it protects us in return. But not everything that is remembered is good." Kai's curiosity grew. What do you mean? Leora's face grew serious. Long ago, Zithra faced a great danger. A force that wanted to take control of the planet's power. Our ancestors fought hard, but the battle left scars. Some parts of Zithra still hold pain and fear. That is why I warned you. Kai felt the weight of her words. So the danger is still here? In a way, Leora said. It sleeps, but it watches. It waits for the right moment to return. Kai sat quietly, thinking. He had come to explore and learn, but now he understood that this was more than a simple mission. It was a choice, to be part of something larger, something fragile and important. Leora stood and walked to a glowing tree in the corner. She placed her hand on its bark and the symbols lit up, casting blue light across the room. Come, she said. There is something I want to show you. Kai followed her outside. The forest had changed in the daylight. The trees stretched high, their leaves shimmering like glass. Leora led him to a circle of stones in a clearing. In the center was a pool of clear water reflecting the sky like a mirror. This is the pool of truth, Leora explained. It shows what is hidden inside, not just what is outside. Kai looked into the water. At first he saw only his own reflection, but then slowly the image changed. He saw flashes of his past, moments of joy, fear, and hope. The pool showed more than just memories. It showed feelings. Leora watched him carefully. The pool reveals the true self. It helps Zitherans understand their deepest thoughts and fears. Kai blinked. Can it show the future? Leora shook her head. No, the future is not written in stone. It is shaped by choices and by actions. Kai felt a strange calm wash over him. For the first time since arriving on Zithera, he felt connected, not just to the planet, but to himself. Why did you warn me, Leora? He asked softly. If you knew I would choose to come, why not stop me? Leora looked up at the sky. Because even when we know the risks, some choices must be made by the heart. You came here because something inside you wanted to. The reckless smile you gave me. It showed courage. Sometimes that is all we have. Kai smiled back. I'm ready to learn. Teach me what I need to know. Leora's eyes brightened. Good. Then you must understand the Zitheran way. We do not just use technology. We live with it. Our empathic powers connect us, to each other and to Zithera itself. But these powers are a gift and a burden. Kai frowned. A burden? Yes, Leora said. Because we feel not only our own emotions, but the emotions of others. Sometimes it is too much. Sometimes it brings pain. Kai thought about this. It was strange and beautiful. To feel so deeply. He wondered if humans could ever do the same. Just then, the air shifted. A soft hum filled the clearing. The plants and stones began to glow brighter. Leora's expression changed. The planet senses your presence. It is curious about you, Kai. Kai looked around. He could feel the energy in the air, like the planet was alive and watching him. Suddenly, images appeared in the sky above the clearing. They told a story, one of Zithera's history. Kai saw ancient Zitheran cities built among the trees, great ships sailing through the stars, and a time when Zitherans traveled far from their home to share knowledge with other worlds. But the story also showed darkness, a shadow that fell across the land, a force that wanted to take Zithera's power for itself. Kai reached out as if to touch the images. What was that shadow? Leora's voice was soft but filled with warning. It is a reminder. That danger is never far, that some forces seek to control, not understand. That is why I told you to be careful. Kai nodded. He felt the weight of her words, but also a fire inside him. He had come here to explore and discover, and now he understood there was more to protect. Leora, he said, if danger comes, I want to stand with you. I want to help protect Zithera. She looked at him for a long moment, her eyes searching. Then she smiled again, a smile full of hope. Then you must learn to listen. To Zithera, to its people, and to your own heart. Only then will you be ready. Kai smiled back, his reckless courage shining brighter than ever. As the sun set, the glowing forest around them seemed to hum with life. The night was alive with stars, and Kai knew his journey on Zithera was just beginning. The morning sun filtered through the tall glowing trees as Kai prepared to meet the elders of Zithera. Leora had told him today would be important. A time for him to face the wider Zitheran community and understand the challenges they faced. Kai felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. So far, Zithera was full of wonders, but he knew the peaceful moments might not last forever. The warning Leora gave him still echoed in his mind. Danger was coming. He followed Leora through the forest paths, the light shifting softly through the leaves. As they walked, Kai noticed small groups of Zitherans watching him with curiosity and caution. Their skin shimmered in different colors, silver, green, blue, and their eyes glowed softly like Leora's. Finally, they reached a large open space surrounded by massive ancient trees. The trees' roots formed natural benches where the elders sat. Their faces were wise and kind, but Kai could see worry in their eyes. Leora stepped forward and spoke in their native language. Kai listened as they talked quietly. Then one elder looked at him and spoke in clear galactic common, the language used across many planets. Kai of Earth, you have come far. You have seen our land and heard our history, but you must understand this. Zithra's power draws attention. Not all visitors are friends, Kai nodded. I understand. I want to help protect your home. The elder's eyes narrowed. You are brave, but bravery is not always enough. You must learn to listen, not just to words, but to feelings. Zitherans have a gift, empathy. We feel what others feel, even across great distances. This power helps us protect Zithra. Kai frowned. Empathy? Like feeling what someone else feels? The elder smiled softly. Yes, but it is more than that. It connects us to each other and to the planet itself. It is both a gift and a responsibility. Kai thought for a moment. As a human, he was used to relying on his mind and technology. But here, feelings and connection were just as important. Leora stepped forward again. There is something you must see, she said. A place that will help you understand. They walked together through the forest until they reached a valley surrounded by glowing rocks. In the center was a tall crystal tower pulsing with light. This is the Tower of Echoes, Leora explained. It holds the memories and emotions of all Zitherans. When you enter, you can hear the voices of the past and feel their hopes and fears. Kai took a deep breath and stepped inside. The air was cool and filled with soft sounds, whispers, laughter, and sometimes sorrow. As he moved through the tower, he felt waves of emotion wash over him. It was overwhelming, but beautiful. Suddenly, a clear voice spoke inside his mind. It was not Leora's voice, but something older and deeper. Welcome, Kai. You have been chosen to understand. Kai looked around but saw no one. The voice continued. Zithra faces a threat. A cosmic storm approaches. Not just of wind and light, but of energy that can disrupt the planet's balance. It seeks to control the heart of Zithra. Kai felt a chill. This was the danger Leora warned about. You must help us prepare, the voice said. Your strength, your courage, your human spirit, they are needed now. Kai stepped out of the tower, his mind racing. The elders and Leora waited quietly. I heard, he said simply. A cosmic storm is coming. The elders nodded gravely. It is true. It has been seen in the stars. Its power can destroy or change everything. Kai clenched his fists. What can I do? Leora smiled softly. You have already done much. Your courage to come here and learn is the first step. But there is more. Humans have a special gift, the ability to adapt and work together in ways few others can. Kai felt a spark of pride. Then I will do whatever it takes. Over the next days, Kai trained with the Zitherans. They taught him how to use his senses in new ways, to feel the energy in the air, to listen to the silent language of the plants and animals, and most importantly, to connect with others through empathy. At first, it was difficult. Kai was used to logic and machines, not feelings and energy. But with Leora's patient guidance, he began to open his mind. One evening, as the twin sun set, Kai and Leora sat by a river that glowed with soft light. Do you feel it? Leora asked. The storm is getting closer. Kai nodded. I can sense it now. It's like a quiet noise in the background, growing louder. Leora reached out and took his hand. You have come far. But remember, this storm is not just a test of strength. It is a test of heart. Kai smiled, feeling the warmth of her hand. Then we will face it together. The cosmic storm came faster than anyone expected. One night, the sky above Zithra turned strange colors, bright waves of light that danced like ribbons. The stars seemed to shift and pulse, and the air grew heavy with energy. The Zitherans gathered in the great hall beneath the ancient trees. Kai stood beside Leora, ready to help. The storm was not a storm of wind or rain, but of energy, a powerful force that could change the very nature of the planet. Leora closed her eyes and reached out with her mind. Kai tried to do the same, feeling for the threads of energy that connected everything. Suddenly, a wave of emotion crashed over him, fear, anger, sadness, but beneath it all, a deep sadness that the storm itself seemed not to want to cause harm, but was drawn by loneliness and confusion. Kai opened his eyes. The storm. It's not evil. It's lost, Leora nodded. It is a force seeking balance but does not understand how to find it. Kai stepped forward. Maybe we can help. Maybe we can reach out to it. The elders looked surprised but did not stop him. Kai closed his eyes again and focused on the energy. He sent feelings of calm, hope, and friendship toward the storm. For a long moment, nothing happened. Then the lights in the sky began to soften, the waves slowed, and the heavy air grew light again. The storm was calming. Leora smiled proudly. You did it, Kai. Your human heart reached where power alone could not. Kai opened his eyes, feeling a new strength inside him. He looked at Leora and the elders, knowing this was only the beginning. Days passed and Zithra began to heal. The cosmic storm had passed, but the memory of what happened stayed strong in Kai's mind. He realized that his reckless smile, his decision to trust Leora, had changed everything. He was no longer just a visitor. He was a protector, a friend, and a part of Zythera's future. As Kai prepared to rest under the glowing trees, he whispered to himself, I will not regret this choice. I will stand with Zythera, no matter what comes. Leora joined him, her eyes shining with hope. Together they watched the stars, ready for whatever the universe might bring. The peaceful days on Zythera were few. The energy left behind by the cosmic storm had changed the planet in small but noticeable ways. The glowing forests seemed even brighter, and the rivers sang clearer songs. But beneath this calm beauty, Kai and Leora knew that the threat was not fully gone. It had shifted, waiting for the right moment. Kai walked with Leora through the forest, their steps quiet on the silvery moss. They shared stories of their worlds. Kai told tales of Earth's busy cities and diverse people, while Leora spoke of Zythera's ancient history and the delicate balance that kept it alive. Humans and Zytherans are very different, Kai said softly, but I feel like we are more alike than I thought. Leora smiled. Yes, our powers and ways may differ, but the heart is the same. We all want to protect those we love. Suddenly the ground trembled lightly beneath their feet. The sky flickered with strange colors like distant lightning without sound. Kai's heart quickened. The storm, it's not done. Leora's eyes darkened. It has returned. Stronger but also confused. We must act fast. They hurried to the ancient city of Zythera, where the elders had gathered to prepare for what was coming. The city was a marvel. Tall towers woven from living trees glowing softly with life energy. The streets were lined with plants that reacted to every step, shining brighter or dimmer depending on the mood of the people. In the great hall, elders, warriors, and scientists worked together. They combined their knowledge and powers, searching for a way to protect Zythera from the new threat. Kai stood with Leora, listening carefully. We need to form a plan that uses both our strengths, Leora said. Your human creativity and courage and our empathic connection to the planet. Kai nodded. Let's do it. Over the next days, Kai learned more about Zytheran technology. Machines powered by nature, controlled by feelings and thought. He worked with the engineers to create shields that could hold energy and devices that could send peaceful signals into the sky to calm the storm. But most important was the bond he formed with Leora and the people. Their trust in him grew, and he felt a deep connection not just to them but to Zythera itself. One evening, as they prepared for the final defense, Leora and Kai sat on a hill overlooking the glowing city. The twin suns had set and stars blinked above like watchful eyes. You have changed, Kai, Leora said quietly. You came as a stranger, but now you are part of us. Kai smiled. You changed me too. You showed me there is more to strength than power. They looked at each other for a moment, the quiet between them full of unspoken words. Suddenly, the sky above exploded in light. The cosmic storm had arrived. Waves of energy swept over the land, strong and wild. The shields the Zytherans built glowed brightly, holding back the worst of the storm. Kai reached out with his mind, sending feelings of calm and hope into the chaos. The storm responded, slowing its fury as if it could hear him. Leora stood beside him, her own powers reaching out to connect with the storm. Together they formed a bridge between the wild energy and the calm strength of Zithra's heart. The battle was not one of weapons but of wills. The storm was a force of nature, confused and lonely, but also powerful. Kai remembered the lessons he had learned: to listen, to feel, and to trust. He focused all his energy on the idea that the storm was not an enemy, but a part of the universe that needed understanding. Leora's voice rang clear. "Together, Kai, we are stronger." They reached out to the storm with everything they had. Slowly the wild waves softened. The light became gentle, like a warm breeze instead of a fierce wind. The sky cleared, and the stars returned to their peaceful places. In the silence that followed, Kai felt a deep peace. The storm was calm now, no longer a threat but a part of Zithra's story. The Zithrans cheered quietly, their voices full of relief and hope. Kai smiled at Leora, knowing they had faced something incredible together. "This is only the beginning," Leora said softly. "But it shows what we can do when we unite." Kai nodded. "Human and Zithran, together we can face anything." Days later, as Zithra healed from the storm's visit, Kai stood with Leora on the edge of the glowing forest. The planet was alive and strong, ready to grow and change with the universe. Kai looked at the stars. "I never imagined I would find a home here." Leora smiled. "You chose to come even when I warned you. That choice made all the difference." Kai's smile was calm now, full of hope and promise. "I will never regret choosing you. Choosing Zithra." They stood together in the soft light, two beings from different worlds united by trust, courage, and a bond that would last forever. The skies of Zithra shimmered softly as dawn broke over the glowing forests. The twin suns rose slowly, bathing the planet in golden light. For Kai, each new day on this strange world was a gift, a chance to learn, to grow, and to protect a place that had become more than just an adventure. After the cosmic storm had passed, Zithra began to change. The scars left behind slowly healed, and new life grew from the glowing soil. The planet seemed to hum with hope and promise. Kai stood on a hill overlooking the city, watching the Zithrans go about their day. Their faces were peaceful, their movements calm but filled with purpose. He smiled, feeling a sense of belonging he had never known before. Leora appeared beside him, her silver skin shining softly in the morning light. "You look at them like you belong," she said with a teasing smile. Kai laughed. "I think I do. After everything, I feel like Zithra is home." Leora's eyes sparkled. "And you chose to stay. Even when I warned you, you did not turn back." Kai's smile grew deeper. "Because I believe in what we can build here. Together." They stood quietly, watching the soft wind ripple through the glowing trees. For a moment, the universe seemed still, as if holding its breath. The elders called a gathering in the great hall that day. The ancient trees formed a natural dome above, their branches glowing with soft light. Zithrans from all over the planet came, their voices low but full of excitement. Kai walked beside Leora as they entered. The elders welcomed Kai with warm smiles and respectful nods. He had become part of their world, not just as a visitor but as a friend and protector. One elder stepped forward and spoke. "Kai of Earth, your courage and heart have saved Zithra. You have helped us face a great danger and brought hope where there was fear." Kai bowed his head respectfully. "I only did what anyone would do if they had a chance to protect a world and its people." Leora's voice joined the elders. "Kai chose us. He trusted us, and we trust him in return." The hall filled with quiet agreement. After the gathering, Kai and Leora walked through the city's glowing streets. Zithran smiled and greeted them warmly. The bond between the two worlds had grown strong. Kai thought about his journey, from a curious explorer to a guardian of a distant planet. He remembered the moment he first saw Leora in the forest, her warning smile and his reckless answer. That choice had changed everything. Now, Kai understood that courage was not just about fighting or daring. It was about trust, connection, and hope. He stopped beside a river that sparkled with light. Leora joined him. "Do you miss Earth?" she asked gently. Kai looked up at the twin suns. "Sometimes. but I have found a new home here. A place where I belong? Leora nodded. Zithra needs you. But so do I, Kai smiled. And I need you. They stood together, the soft light wrapping around them like a promise. Days turned into weeks, and life on Zithra blossomed. Kai trained with the Zithrans, learning more about their empathic powers and the ways they lived in harmony with the planet. He shared stories of Earth's people, their dreams, struggles, and kindness. The Zithrans listened with wonder, finding connections between their worlds. One night, under a sky filled with stars, Kai and Leora sat on a hilltop. The air was warm, filled with the scent of glowing flowers. Do you think other worlds like Zithra exist? Kai asked. Leora smiled softly. I believe the universe is full of wonders, and those wonders are meant to be discovered with open hearts and brave spirits. Kai reached out and took her hand. Then let's explore them together. Leora's eyes shone with happiness. Together. The cosmic winds had passed, but Kai knew new challenges would come. The universe was vast, full of unknown dangers and endless possibilities. But now, he was ready. He was no longer alone. With Leora by his side and Zithra in his heart, Kai felt a strength deeper than any storm. The reckless smile he gave so long ago had become a promise. To face the future without fear, to protect the worlds he loved, and to embrace whatever came next. As the twin suns set, painting the sky in colors Kai never thought possible, he whispered to the stars, "Thank you for letting me choose." And with that, the adventure was only just beginning.